Greetings, YouTube. I'm sure you've heard the phrase age gap relationships. DiCaprio and Gates are two prime examples. DiCaprio doesn't want to date anyone that's older than 25, and Gates doesn't want to really date anybody older than 17. And that would be an age gap relationship. Well, the other day, while opening up a tab, I noticed that an article on the page that popped up that was talking about Miley Cyrus has a boyfriend who's 26. Miley Cyrus is 32. And people were calling that 6-year difference an age gap relationship. And I'm just like, wow, that's dumb. Because that's not an age gap. 6 years is not much of an age gap. The difference between 26 and 32 isn't much. And it becomes much less relevant as each year passes. There is a formula that I've heard many times, and I usually use it myself when people talk about what's an appropriate age gap for a relationship, and that is the half plus 7. So I'm 60, so half plus 7 will be 37. So it would be appropriate for me to date someone who was 37 up to whatever age I wanted to date. And that puts you close enough in the same cohort for there not to be a power dynamic imbalance when it comes to your cultural knowledge, your understanding, your economic position, things like that. You're close enough together that that's not a problem. Now, there could be other types of, dynamics going on there, power imbalances. Could be a racial imbalance, could be gender imbalance. There could be economic imbalance in the sense that one person has a whole lot of money. I'm 60, theoretically. I could be far wealthier than I am. I'm not. But a person who's 37 may not have as much wealth. But then again, a person at 37 may. Okay? Depends on how important that kind of thing is to them. Depends on how much money they were born into. I was not born into a lot of money. You could be 37 and a trust fund baby. I know people who are trust fund babies. There are times I'm jealous. But a 6-year gap is not inappropriate. At 32, that would be 23. That she could date someone who was 23 and up, and that would be appropriate. Now, I personally don't think dating a 23-year-old at any age would probably be fun. I've been 23. But that relationship for her is not a big deal. Now, DiCaprio and Gates, yes, those are most definitely age gap relationships. What's that? Is it Bill Belichick right now? He's got a huge age gap between him and his girlfriend. That's an inappropriate age gap because no, she's just your sugar baby, all right. And I guess if that's the dynamic you want, there is such a powered imbalance there that I just think it's completely inappropriate. But, that's just me. So yeah, Miley Cyrus and her boyfriend, whose name I don't know, and nor do I know anything about the dude other than that he's got a kind of fluffy haircut. Yeah, that's not inappropriate. I mean, he looks reasonably attractive, and he has the opportunity to date someone who is attractive and talented and incredibly wealthy. That's not a bad deal. So let's talk about age gaps. What do you consider to be an inappropriate age gap? Do you think the half plus 7 is a good rule of thumb when it comes to that kind of stuff? I can't imagine myself dating somebody that's 37, mind you. I'm 60, my wife is 54. We have a 7-year age gap because I'll be 61 in September. And that's, again, fine. Interestingly, it's the same age gap my parents had. My father was 7 years older than my mother. His second wife was actually 3 years older than him, and she's still with us. My father has shuffled off to his mortal coil. But yeah, I don't think 6 years is an age gap. How about you?